What's up, everyone? So today we are actually going to. I pulled a couple shards yesterday, but today we're going to get through this summon rush. I only think I pulled 4 or 5 void shards. So we're going to pull a few sacreds and some voids today. I've been waiting for today. Hopefully we can get up to 4,600. Honestly, that's all I'm looking for, is that 4,600 to get the Philia. 2 things. One, it's a backup because just in case I don't get to the champ chase, which starts tomorrow. Sorry, the champ training, which starts tomorrow. At least I have a backup to saves me 4 of these rare champions, right? So if I can do it, I'm going to have Philia as an extra. If I can't, then whatever, I'm sure I'll pull her at some point. So here we go. Hopefully, with the shard pulling, we're actually going to get a few of these epics. Let's cross our fingers. But why today? Why me? So today, this weekend, they have the pairs summon. So we had Venus and Cupidus yesterday. And that's why I pulled a handful of shards, about 4 or 5 shards yesterday, just because if I won Venus, I'd be happy, but I wasn't really pushing for her. Cardiel, on the other hand, I think would really benefit me. And I think, would work well. And Sicia, I mean, she is a champion that I don't have either, so I don't have either of them, but I feel like will help me more. So with this decreased defense and decreased weaken for 2 turns, if they're under HP burn, also activates that HP burn. So by default, we are triggering a burn. And then the A3 places a burn for 3 turns, so that A2 is now 1 turn, and they decrease defense and weaken. And then they booked up to 100% chance to put it on everybody, and then grants the extra turn if the debuff is placed on all enemies. So if we're able to put it on everybody, then I'm going to get an extra turn. Then I'm going to go to the A2, put the decreased defense and weaken up, trigger the burn on everybody. And so killing Spider, in this case, is going to be that much easier. And then, of course, we're increasing the speed and the damage from each ally under HP burn. So if Cardiel's on the same team, all allies will heal from the burns. So, and then, of course, the A1 increases the turn meter, or increases the turn of that. So, and then, of course, has an all battle 60 accuracy. So for me, right now, I'm bringing a burner into Spider, as well as a decreased defense champion to help with the damage. But ultimately, on my Spider 25 team, I don't have a champion that can do a lot of stuff. So the way I see this is she's going to come into my team with decreased defense and weaken, as well as placing all those burns. And then I'm able to get rid of Elder Skarg and get rid of Narma, because she's doing kind of the job of both of them with the aura and the burn on everybody. And then I'm able to bring in the double cold heart nuke, renegade reset kind of combo. And I'm hoping that my 5th champion being somebody that just disable all the champs with a stun, we can get it done. So that's why I waited for today. Again, I'm only pulling enough shards to get the tournament complete. I do have only about 37 because I did push for Kymar recently and came up empty. 60, 70, 80 shards later, nothing. As well as 27 void. I'm able, like I said, enough, maybe 10 or 20, and some sacred shards. So there we go. Wish me luck. Let's see what we got. All right, so here we go. I got spot for 20. Let's see what I can do. I think I'm going to pull... Let's pull 10 void just to see what happens. It's not at 2 times. Okay, Sky Touch is actually not bad, but of course we have her. And and swing and a miss. Okay, so some of these, I mean, Bellower is pretty darn decent. Renegade is very good. Reliquary Tender is also very good. All very good champs to be epics. Rares. But this is not what we were looking for. And then let's summon 10 of these, and then we're going to have to make space. Gerojin, whatever. Ordinator was in the last fusion. Hellborn Sprite is actually pretty good, with the extending. But again, not what we were looking for. All right, let's go make space and come back. All right, so as we can see, we are at 1763. So a long way from 4,600. What did we use? 10 voids and 10 ancient shards, and we're not even at Cagebound yet. So it does take a lot of shards to get to that 4,600. It's kind of like if you really want them, you got to burn everything, which kind of sucks. But also, I have a mercy timer as a note on my phone or on a computer, wherever. I'd recommend doing the same, so at least you know where you're at. I started this at the beginning of the year when I pulled a ton of shards for Brogni at the end of the last year and came up empty. I ended up getting a Ignatius last week, which was my 4th, and a War Chief as well. So like Ignatius I got during the Kymar event. So I got a 4th Ignatius when it was a 2 times and a 10 times for Kymar. And then I also got a War Chief shortly before that. So it was like one from a Sacred, one from an Ancient, kind of burdened both my mercies starting fresh. So it took me about 210 shards for Ignatius and another 29 for War Chief of Sacred shards, which is crazy. So I'd recommend doing that just so that you know kind of where you're at and kind of have your expectation. Right now I'm at 72 Void Shards and 18 Ancient Shards. I have zero expectation of pulling from them, but you know what? You can always have that chance and get lucky. At the end of the day, we got to get to 4,600. So I did make some space. And let's pull some of these and see what happens. Basilisk, not bad of a champion. Again, if you need him. Same with Gorgo. Pretty good champion. What are we going to do? Let's do 10 of these. 82. Okay, Kurzad's actually pretty good. Another tender. Painkeeper is very good if you don't have Painkeeper yet. I'm glad it's not a champ chase. Cagebound. Okay, so we did pull a Cagebound, which is one of our fusion champions, which is good. It's actually the champion that's coming up for this event. But having an extra Cagebound isn't bad at all. He's the one that puts out the shield on one champion, an AoE decrease attack, although the small one, and then ally protect on all enemies and continuous heal. So, okay, not great of a champion to keep, but we did get pull one. So excited about that. We're full again. Let's go make some space. All right, so I just came to Summon Rush and realized I was at 3,900 points. So I made enough room for one more Sacred Shard to pull and hopefully get to that and then use the greenies to kind of top it off. I don't really care, again, for 700 more points to get a 5-star chicken. I'm not that crazy about it. I already have Sifi and Rotos, so tomorrow's events, when they come up, I'm not really going to be focused on. But I am saving the rest of my champions and the rest of the food for tomorrow's champ training event, because I know I'm going to need them. So I'm only doing the bare minimum right now just to clear some space and to pull shards. One more shard. One more Sacred's going to get me there. Drum roll, please. Nothing. Okay, Koronu's actually not bad of a champ. An A1 block buffs, 50% chance. Pretty decent at 3 Hitter A2 that places weaken, which is good. And then remove all increased defense from allies and then attacks them. And then decreases the cooldown for each enemy killed. So it decreases the cooldown on this skill if we kill it. For each enemy killed. So if you're killing up to 4 champions with this, you're hitting it again and again and again. So pretty good for wave clearing content. But let's see where we're at. Looks like we got just enough. We got that barrel, which is good. We need another 140 points. Tomorrow, during the champ training event, we have enough mystery shards. So I'm going to clear some space tomorrow and use the last 200 on those mystery shards just to level up some champs. Swung and a miss today. But you know, we're now up to 5 sacreds without a legendary, 92 voids without a legendary, and 18 ancients without a legendary. We're quite low in the mercy timer. I think it's 200 for void and ancient. So, and legendary is 12. So it's sacreds are 12. So we're well halfway there to have the pity timer. But anyways, there you have it. Swung and a miss, but you know what? We got what we wanted, and it was the champions. So we're looking good for this fusion, and hopefully, you know, we're able to complete the champ training. I have a feeling if Summon Rush was this high, champ training, you're going to need to exceed 10,000 points to upgrade your champions, which means you're upgrading everybody. And then it's coming up again. Okay, so in my last video, we did break down what was needed. They did clarify here that there will be the champ training tournament and a champ training event. So we're going to have 2. Tournament and an event where you're going to have to level up your champions. The event is starting tomorrow, the 14th to 19th, and the tournament starts a week later, so it gives you a week to load up on some chickens before the tournament starts to get the last Medicus. All right, I just pulled a cage bound today, so the champ training event, which starts tomorrow, I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping he's the second option, because I just pulled one, and if I get lucky and he's my second option, then I'll be good. We also have Trugor, which is part of the champ training event. So we're gonna have 2 epics that are part of this champ training event. I'm hoping that Trugor is first, crossing my fingers, hope I get lucky, and then we'd be pretty darn good and saved a lot of resources. So there you have it. Good luck on all your pulls. Good luck on the fusion. He is pretty darn good. And especially if you get his partner, you're going to not want to skip out on that. All right. Catch you all in the next video.